Hey everybody, it's Evan with Santa Cruz Subaru, and today we're going to talk about a few questions I get quite a bit on Subarus. These might not apply to your car, but they're questions I get pretty much every week. They're pretty simple things about some Subaru models, but things that people do have a hard time figuring out. And as always, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and like the videos. Let my bosses know that you appreciate my videos, and let me keep doing this for you. All right, let's get into it. All right, here. So first tip, I get this quite a bit. Get this actually for the last several years. Subaru's been making these headrests for a really long time. This is specifically on a forest or wilderness, so your headrest might not look like this, but all of them operate the same way for actually quite a number of years. So the headrest, it's pitched a little bit forward for rear end impacts, for whiplash. So what happens is you can kind of pull this guy forward, and you see the headrest kind of rocks forward. What happens to me all the time is people accidentally hit this, or they have a person in their car and they adjust it, and then it's pitched too far forward and they're driving in an awkward position. They always want to push it back. I get this question a lot. It's a really easy fix. Basically, all you got to do is rock the headrest all the way forward and let it release back, and it goes back into its place. So they kind of just ratchet forward one little click at a time. You can't go backwards with it. You have to go all the way forward and let it rock back. Easy fix. All right, so the next one here is going to apply to quite a bit of Subaru models for the past several years. Evan, why does my tailgate stop right there? It's another easy fix. So if you have this set up right here on the lower left-hand part of your car, there's a button right here that says memory. Basically, you can set a secondary height for your tailgate. Check out the video on how to actually set this if you want to do it. But you can't see it on the video, but this button has been pushed. So if I push it, the button is going to come out a little bit. You can barely see a white line on top. Again, you probably can't see that on the video. The reason this happens all the time is people want to open their tailgate and they hit this button instead of this button because the buttons look so similar. So they push that button and go, oh, no, that's the button I need to push. But they don't realize they've already pushed that button and set the memory height. That height that you see back there is just where the height comes from the factory. So people all the time think their tailgate's broke, it's stuck. To fix this, all you got to do is we're going to come back here and we're going to push this button. The button comes back out. I'm going to close the tailgate. And as you can see, now we're going to open it again. And the tailgate's going to open to its full height. I stopped it there so it doesn't hit the surfboard there, but that is the reason why you have this option. Again, if your tailgate opens just a few inches, that button's been pushed right there. This video is not going to apply if you have our new big 11.6 inch screen, because you have to do that inside the head unit, and you're never going to accidentally do it by just doing that. All right, so another one I get, and this one probably happens the most, is this screen right here. This screen's called your MID, or multi-information display. On most of the cars, it's actually controlled by these three buttons. If you have like a newer Outback, it's actually going to be controlled by the volume knob here, which on the new Outbacks, the volume has been moved down to this area. It actually is down here, but this guy controls it. But so on this car, and again, most of our cars in the past, that screen is by these buttons right here. So what happens is people are driving, they love the speedometer, they hit this guy, they accidentally turn the wheel, and they accidentally hit that button. Then as you can see, this screen has changed just the littlest bit to another screen. And people come in all the time and say, this screen's changed, something's wrong, what's going on? I had this screen I liked. All you got to do is pull on the up or pull it towards you. The tendency, people always want to push it and they can't figure it out. All I got to do is pull that like that, and you see it's returned to that screen. But every time I'm going to pull on the up one, every time I pull on it, see it switches screens. So screen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the bottom one just goes 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easy. People ask me all the time, what screen should this be on? That's not an answer that that's not something I can answer. There's just a screen that people seem to like. Again, so if you find yourself in a screen here that you don't like, just pull this guy. And kind of another one is this info button, which is that screen. So I'm going to push that info button right there, and it controls that screen. So people push the button on accident and then find themselves in a screen that they don't want to be in. All you got to do is keep pushing. You follow that white dot on the left, screen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the most popular screen, but again, pick any screen that you want. All right, so here's one I get a lot. Subaru started using this radio made by Harman in 2016, and they've been putting it in all of their cars ever since, but now they're taking it away. This question: why does the radio turn on every time I start my car? You can hear the radio's already playing. Really easy fix, in my opinion. A very poor design by Harman, who's made the radio. So what people do all the time, they push the volume knob and they go, I turned my radio off, and then when I got back into my car, the radio turns itself on. Pushing this knob does not turn off the radio. It mutes the radio. So I'm going to shut this car off, open the door, and then I'm going to start it back up. And as you can see and hear, the radio is on. So the only way to avoid this is the same knob, but instead of pushing and holding the knob, which shuts down the radio, but it also shuts down the entire screen. And then when I turn the car off, I open the door, shut the whole system down, come back into my car. When I turn the car back on, the radio is off. But another poor design is they really want you listening to the radio. I don't know why they did this. So any button you touch makes the radio play again. So again, to review, tap the button to mute it. When you leave the car, you come back in, the radio was on the last time you were in the car, so it'll be on again. To shut it down, you got to hold the button down and turn it off. So if you're one of those people who doesn't like the radio on when you start the car, just make it part of your routine when you leave the car to hold that volume knob until the screen goes away. Last tip here, might seem like a very simple one, but I do get this a lot. And this is going to be pretty uniform across all Subaru models the last several years. It's this guy. If you got a much older Subaru, it's actually going to be on this panel right here, but Subaru has moved it to this guy. I don't know how long ago, but you can see on it's an L and an R. So if I try to do it right now, nothing's going to happen because the little slash right there is in the middle. So to change the left one, switch it to the left. The people are always searching around here to move it. You actually move this around like a video joystick. So up, down, and I'm moving it, as you can see. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but the mirror's moving. And then I want to do the right one, so I switch it over to the right. And the mirror is going to move. It's another thing people ask me all the time, where should my mirrors be? I'm amazed that people who've been driving for 20, 30 years don't even know how to use the mirrors and where they should be. I like being able to just barely see the side of my car, the back end of my car, which really shows me what's supposed to be, what's in the lane next to me. All right, that's 5 tips, and thank you guys so much for watching.